Welcome to another episode of While the Kids Are Sleeping.
I'm Nat Zara.
I'm Incisive. Cha. This is take 2, guys, just FYI.
It is take 2.
This is take 2. Nat made me reload the whole episode and start again.
Because it will be better.
Go on. Welcome back, guys, on the other side of Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. This episode will air on the 1st of January, so Happy New Year. Season's
greetings?
No, it wasn't. That wasn't the phrase, was it?
Yeah,
Seasonal exchanges.
Oh, not that again.
Seasonal exchanges, guys. If you remember the episode.
Not that again.
Seasonal exchanges is all I'm going to say to you.
Oh, dear.
So we got some news.
We've got an announcement.
We're taking it to the next level while the kids are sleeping.
Yes, we are.
Go on.
We are moving the podcast mainly to Patreon. And what Patreon is, it's a platform similar to Spotify. It's exclusive to members. So you will have exclusive content that you can't get on Spotify. We'll have live chats. We'll have videos. Bit of videos again,
Videos
guys.
will be back.
Yeah. So you can get a few episodes on Spotify, but the main content will be on Patreon.
Yeah, so just to let you know, on Spotify, Apple Music, all the normal platforms, it will now be fortnightly episodes you will have.
Yes.
You will have just a few archival, is that a word? A few episodes from the archive, basically, because we realised that a lot of people like to go back and listen to tons of episodes before. You're only going to have 1 or 2 episodes from the archives on normal Spotify. You're going to have the most recent updated episodes. I think maybe 2 or 3 of the most recent episodes and a couple of episodes from before. And that's it.
Yeah.
All the other main content, the weekly episodes will be on Patreon.
Yeah.
The videos will be on Patreon. Live chat, Q&A, all of it will be on Patreon.
I'm really looking forward to it. It looks like we haven't launched it yet, but it looks really good.
Yeah. Well, when you're listening, it will be launched. So if you want to access it,
very true.
you either download the Patreon app, and then search for While the Kids Are Sleeping, or if you're using Spotify, at the top of the page now, you will see on the Spotify page exclusive episodes for subscribers. If you click that and then click one of the episodes there on the members only Spotify page, you'll be redirected to Patreon.
So also on Patreon, we have an early bird subscription. So if you get in there early...
Yeah, I mean, we tried not to say it, but Patreon's paid, guys. It's paid.
Yeah,
and
it's paid.
We've made it as cheap as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Really. And even cheaper for the early bird. So we've got a limited early bird offer.
Yeah, so get in there quick.
It's £2.50 a month.
Yes, for the early birds.
For the early birds only. There is definitely a limited amount of early bird subscribers. So the quicker you do it, the quicker you get the cheap offer.
Cheap offer.
£2.50. I googled it. £2.50. I asked ChatGPT, what can I buy for £2.50 in Sainsbury's? It said I can't answer that.
Oh, that is ridiculous.
It said I can't answer
well,
that.
That's silly, ChatGPT.
Because you can't get nothing in a bag. You might can get something without a bag.
That's ridiculous.
£2.50 is just a change. And really, it basically covers our expenses because there are expenses related to this podcast. Blah, blah, blah. But Patreon, that's what we're doing. Yeah. Let's get into the episode because I prefer to get into the episode. But yeah, I mean, if we looked at our Spotify wrapped up as well, actually.
It was so nice to see. It was actually a surprise.
It was a surprise. We just, whilst we were setting up the Patreon and everything, we looked at our Spotify page with the statistics. And it was really interesting. We gained, I think, 50% of our followers now we gained in 2024.
Yeah.
We are in, is it 48 people's top 10 podcasts?
I think it was like 40-something.
48. We're in your top 10 podcasts. 48 people.
We were 8 people's
top
number 1.
Number 1 podcast.
God, who are you 8 people?
Shout out
Tell
to
us.
the 8 people of
Come on.
We are your number 1 podcast.
That was so nice.
So yeah, it's just nice to see. And yeah, if you do really enjoy this podcast and you enjoy our weekly episodes, then we hope that you will ride with us on our Patreon journey. £2.50 a month. It is literally the bottom of the barrel. Our
podcast is not bottom of the barrel.
The cost is the bottom of the barrel for the creme de la creme, the cream of the crop.
Only for now, guys.
Into the episode. First role in the cinema.
Pardon?
The first role in the cinema.
Okay.
Who's it for?
Well, you've got accessibility at the front row.
Okay, fine.
But also front row is just like you really wanted to. But back in the day, I don't think anyone sits in the front row anymore.
Who sits in the front row?
I've sat in the front row.
I was looking at the
before.
front row and I was like, who books the cinema and says,
no one
give me front
actively
row?
wants to sit there.
Do you think people, there must be someone that's like, oh, I love the front row.
No, but there's got to be a front row, but I don't think anyone loves the front row. It's awful.
They could push the whole cinema back and the front row could be like where the middle row is or like where the fourth row is.
No, it'd be too far back, wouldn't it? And they want to have the most capacity in the cinema, because if it is a blockbuster film, especially back in the day, if it was a blockbuster film,
you go front row regardless.
If there was no tickets left,
Do you know what?
and
Never
only the
have
front,
I ever sat in the front row.
I
of the
have.
cinema. That's crazy.
I've sat in the cinema to see. I think it was Dreamgirls. I saw in the front row.
That is crazy. I mean,
It's not the
I'd love
best
to hear
view,
feedback.
but-
Like, as to there might be someone out there who's like, no, front row, I picked that. That is my role.
Do you remember
Love
before? So, well, obviously many years ago, you could choose. Do you want front, middle, or back? And there was no price difference. It's just where do you want to sit when you was booking a cinema ticket.
Is there a price difference in
Yes,
the back?
There's different. All seats have different prices now. The middle section is like the
VIP.
premiere
You
section.
got the premiere seats.
Yeah, but you didn't have to pay for that before back in the day.
Yeah, but they weren't different seats. But apart from premiere, are there different prices for this front and the back? No.
I think there is, you know.
No, you're thinking about airplane.
No, I'm thinking about the last time I booked a cinema ticket. I'm sure there were different prices. Why are you making faces at me like that?
That was covering her mouth while she was talking into the mic. I was like,
No,
wait.
anyway, honestly, I think there are different prices for front, middle, and back.
We need to investigate this more. Let's move on to the next part of the episode.
Okay.
So Christmas, I want to skip through it because we spoke a lot about Patreon at the beginning. I want to stick to our times. Good tidings we bring to...
Oh my gosh. Rue, are you in my brain?
What? Did you find this out too?
I found this out last year, but then I forgot about it. And then this year again, I was like, oh yeah.
Give them the boss.
So I used to say...
Everyone used to say, go on.
Everyone used to say, was it?
Good tidings,
Good tidings we bring to you and your king.
And your king.
And your king. It is not your king.
It's not your king. I only found this
It's not
out-
your king.
I only found this out 2 weeks ago. When I went to my daughter's play,
Oh, really?
like the choir, the
carols.
Christmas carols, and the words were up on the screen.
Yeah.
I was like, eh?
Yeah.
It's
It's good
good.
tidings we bring to you and your kin.
K-I-N.
K-I-N.
Like your people.
Yeah, your people.
Never did I know.
Do you know what?
I couldn't believe it.
Why did I not tell you that last time? I found it
should've
out
told
last
me.
year, and then me and Ace were listening to songs this year, and I was like, oh yeah, it's kin.
Crazy.
So wild.
Did not know. Well, yeah, okay, fair enough. That doesn't stun
Sorry,
you.
it didn't surprise me.
But it surprised me, so
I
I
bet
thought
it's
I'd
going to
share
surprise lots of other people.
To you and your kin all these years.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
I think they taught us the wrong thing, you know, in school.
They must have said king because I don't know how everyone thinks it was king. Christmas Day at my house. I want to talk about Christmas Day at my house when I was growing up
Okay.
because I've realised
As a
everybody's
child.
Christmas Day
It's different.
as a child was as a child. Let's speak about as a child was different, completely different.
Yeah.
I used to wake up in the morning, bare presents on. My house was like the main house.
The main Christmas house.
The main Christmas house. A lot of family members would come to my house. Even just by default, my house would probably have like 15 people in the house.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of presents under the tree. When we woke up in the morning, we couldn't touch a present.
I'm sorry. That is wild.
We couldn't touch one present.
That's basically torture.
Couldn't touch a present. My parents and uncles and aunties, they all eat some big Ghanaian breakfast in the morning. 10K and fish.
Did you have that as well?
No.
So what
They
did you
didn't
for
want that.
breakfast?
Just boy, I gotta find where the frosties
What,
are.
cereal?
Cereal.
Wow.
Then
Christmas was for them.
the Christmas was for them. The day would drag on. They'd be drinking, enjoying life. And we'd be there. Can we open presents? Not yet.
No,
We couldn't
that's
open
torture.
presents until after we ate. We didn't eat until probably
We didn't eat.
we didn't eat until probably 5 p.m. 6. Like I know it was dark outside.
That is torture.
And then after we ate, we would open presents all in front of each other. And really, you'd have to dance for your present.
And that, I'm sorry.
They'd be playing music, dance for it. You got to stand in the middle and do a little skank.
Can I
then
just
you can
say-
open your present, your one present.
Opening presents at your family's house takes about 3 hours.
Yeah, because everyone.
I'm
opens
sorry.
presents.
Why?
I realized.
It takes about 30 seconds at my dad's house.
That's because
literally.
that's when I realized my Christmas was different. How was your Christmas?
So when we started to get a little bit older, so maybe, I don't know, 9 or 10, if we stayed up, so this is me and my two cousins. If we stayed, and we were at my nan's house, whose house was the main house as well for Christmas. Okay. If we stayed up till 12 o'clock, we could open one present of our choosing.
Crazy.
And then anyway, the next morning we'd wake up, and I'm trying to think. We would open presents straight. Like we'd wake up as long as everybody was awake. We'd go in the sitting room and we'd be opening our presents.
Even if not all the adults were in the sitting room.
No, adults were in the sitting room.
Okay, they go to the sitting
everybody
room
was in the
so
sitting
that
room.
yeah,
so we'd open our presents, and then we'd have our breakfast.
Crazy.
But we wouldn't have cereal. We would have like a proper breakfast. So it was like, I don't even. Do you know what? My uncle said the name of it the other day, and I still don't know what it was.
Oh, right, yeah.
But anyway, it was like sliced chicken, like cooked chicken, roast chicken.
Yeah.
And I'll give you the original recipe. Like boiled ham.
Right.
So slices of boiled ham, and then you'd like fry it in a frying pan with onions, and then you'd add ketchup to it. So it was like kind of like a sweet sauce on the chicken. And then my nan used to make this homemade bread, which she can't remember making anymore. But she used to make a home bread, so we'd have that with it as well.
So that was the breakfast.
So we'd have our breakfast. But the rest of the day, what were you like? Were you not playing with your Christmas toys then? What were you doing on Christmas Day?
In the bedroom, watching TV.
Asking,
I'm
sorry.
When can we open presents? Hey, if you ask again, you can't open it. Yeah, we all day we didn't have our presents till like late. And also, all this talk about we opened one present before. We had one main present.
Yeah, I'm not saying we had like
one
of my cousins had many presents.
One main present, like a Game Boy. And
yeah, we didn't open just one present.
Pants,
we didn't open just one present. There was multiple presents to open, but like from
multiple
aunties,
pop-in presents.
Not always pop-in, just multiple presents.
Okay,
but regardless, it's your presents. Does it matter if it's like it's your present?
Because I'd have one main present, like a Game Boy, a Super Nintendo. It's hot.
But then also, I had another nan's house that I would go to as well.
Okay,
and then I'd get another batch of presents as well.
Jeez.
Because my parents weren't together, so
yeah. It's interesting. Everyone's Christmas is completely different.
Christmas is so different. But then you end up bringing your own
bits. But
I'm glad we don't. Sorry, that dancing thing is wild. I'm sorry.
Everybody has to dance for their
I've
presents.
actually had to dance once for my presents, guys, and it was
when she came to my house.
So humiliating.
Go and dance.
Why? I'm a grown woman.
Dance for your present.
I don't want the present then.
We're gonna last thing. Okay, this is an interesting one. I was thinking about. I was just thinking about the sales and thinking about people buying stuff, and just our house, and what for you has been the best buy in our house. What item in our house do you think that one item was the best thing I've bought?
Just like a small or just any item.
Could be anything.
I mean, apart from like dishwasher and things like that. I mean,
yeah. If the dishwasher is you in your head the best buy.
I mean, who can even live without a dishwasher now?
Is dishwasher your
but
answer?
It's not my answer. I mean, if I thought about like a big present, not a big present, like a big thing, it would be a dishwasher. But I think I really love, I literally love it, our cheese grater.
What?
Yeah, because most cheese graters, so our cheese grater is the normal grater, and then it has like a compartment that fits inside of the cheese grater that catches the cheese when you grate it.
A little plastic, yeah.
Yeah, but normally you don't normally have that.
That to you is like, this is a lifesaver, my cheese grater.
Well, I do grate a lot of cheese, so actually, yeah.
Okay, fine.
Probably.
Fine. I'll try and find the link and add that to this episode for people to go.
No, I don't think you can buy that one anymore.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah,
well? Okay.
I think I got it when we first moved in together.
Do you know what my best buy is?
What?
In our bathroom.
Oh.
Well, this is one of them. It's one of two things. In our bathroom, next to the mirror above the sink, yeah, we have a charger built into the wall, a toothbrush charger for what kind of toothbrush is it? Oral-B.
Yeah, Oral-B.
Oral-B toothbrush charger, and it's built into the wall, so you just sit your toothbrush on top of it, and it will charge your toothbrush.
Yeah,
I think that's our best buy.
Do you know the thing I don't like about that? It's great, but it's too high.
It's like at the top of the mirror.
I don't understand why.
Just wanted it out of the way. That's where I decided to put it. Anyway,
it's a weird position. It's fine. Yeah, I get it.
Because we all charge our toothbrush on that. Obviously, you don't have to charge your toothbrush every night. We all use that to charge our toothbrush. Our son just got a electric toothbrush this Christmas as well. And you were like, "Oh, we need to charge it." I popped it on the charger, and I was like, "Look at that."
Stop
I was like, look at that. But for that, you'd have to plug in the silly little 2-prong charger in, and then it's hanging around. You don't know where to do it. Oh, by the way, the kids aren't sleeping today. One of them's awake right here, and he's gonna ask, "What's up? What's the matter?" Well, he's probably going to talk about your toothbrush. Yes, son.
Can I go to mommy?
You should go to mommy. Yeah, so that's my best buy. The toothbrush. Bit of disruption. Sorry, guys.
I know what the other thing's going to be.
What's my other thing?
The defrosting tray.
No.
Oh, really?
There's a fantastic defrosting tray I've got. But the other best buy, I think, really, guys, I would highly recommend it. A robot Hoover.
Here we go.
We've got a robot Hoover. We've had one for ages. Don't get the Dyson one. It's too expensive. Get the Eufy, EUFY, Eufy.
Yeah.
Robot Hoover. I haven't hoovered. I mean, the only thing I have to hoover is the stairs, to be fair. It doesn't go up the stairs. When I need to hoover upstairs, I'll take it upstairs, I'll turn it on, and I'll go about my business. But just like, if someone's coming, we've got to turn it up quickly.
Yeah.
Turn on the Hoover, and then I'll carry on doing
It can
other
be quite
stuff.
aggressive sometimes, though.
Love the Hoover. Love
You
that
have
robot
to Hoover-proof your house before you turn it on.
Sort of, yeah.
Which sometimes you don't do.
It might eat up your charger if your charger's just hanging around.
Or your laces.
Or your laces. But yeah, that's the best buy. That's I think that for now.
But what about the defrosting tray?
I've got a fantastic defrosting tray as
Yeah,
well.
that's
I'm going to add these items in the episode. Actually, it's just like a little tray, a little square rectangular tray
yeah,
that you
like,
put any
like
item
a chopping
on.
Board.
Looks like a chopping board. You put an item on it, and it defrosts it probably 4 times quicker than the normal time it would take to defrost.
It's very handy.
So those are the best buys, and that's our episode. In the new era of While the Kids Are Sleeping.
Oh, welcome to the new era.
If you can, guys, look at the Patreon, subscribe to the Patreon, get it early, the £2.50, because if not, the normal price is the £3.50 a month. Makes a difference. Every pound counts.
Yeah.
And it is literally just to keep us afloat. If you really enjoy this podcast, which I hope you do, if you sometimes smile to yourself on the train, at work, in the car, laughing to yourself, you're like, oh yes, there's a new While the Kids Are Sleeping podcast episode out. If this episode brings you joy.
If you missed the videos.
If you missed the videos on YouTube, they're off YouTube now. They're going to be on the Patreon. Everything's on Patreon.
Yeah.
This will be
Come on,
fortnightly
guys.
now, and I don't want you not to miss us too much. So if you can't take fortnightly, if you think you're going to let it build up, the episodes will disappear, and you're not going to be able to let them build up.
Well, there will be exclusive episodes on Patreon.
Yeah, the
So you
Patreon
won't
will have
everything
an additional episode
to Spotify.
to Spotify, basically. So yeah, come over to the good side,
Yeah.
and we're back.
Happy New Year.
Episode.